Well, hi Capricorns! Welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading is the center card in the first part of the reading. So, if you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's just get started for Capricorns. What do you need to know coming up in your life? Any advice is so welcome in these readings. Capricorns. Here you are as the Queen of Pentacles, as an Earth sign for Capricorns. What else do they need to know? What's going on here? Wow. For Capricorns. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see. If this reading does not resonate, I would check your moon sign, which is your private and emotional self. These are general readings, so they won't resonate with everyone. Or you can get a personal reading from somebody that you trust. For Capricorns. Got a few cards left over. Okay. So the overall energy of your reading is the Nine of Cups. Some tarot readers say this is a wish come true. It still can be. But to me, it's definitely, you have a lot of love to share, but it's sitting on the shelf behind you and you're not able to hand it out. So you're just kind of sitting there happily guarding your cups of love until the right person comes along. So I think that's what you're waiting for in this reading. Another reason I say that is you have the Knight of Pentacles up in your highest energy. This is waiting, all right. Waiting and waiting and waiting. It looks like that horse is just standing still, but one foot is barely in front of the other. And it's bringing the pentacle, security, stability, groundedness. That's what you're waiting for, someone who is worthy of sharing your love with them, that they're available, committable. That Knight of Pentacles is right next to the Seven of Wands. So, Seven of Wands could be that you've been blocking somehow that Knight of Pentacles to come in. Okay, that could be it. Or there could be someone, maybe there is someone who's trying to come in and offer that Knight of Pentacles, but you're just not interested, but they keep trying. But this can also, and very strongly, can be opinions of other people who love and care about you, trying to come in with their ideas and how you're going to find the right person for you. And so it just feels like, you have your own mind and you want to use it. And, so it's like, thank you, but I will, make up mind what I want to do, how I want to do it. Appreciate the thought. I have the Ace of Swords next to the Seven of Wands. Now, the Ace of Swords, yes, you're going to seek truth, and you're going to seek clarity. Your sword is up. And so, this is how you're going to do it. And I think you already know how you're going to do it, and you're protecting your cups of love until the right person comes along, and you're just going to get to the truth of the matter, and try to figure out, is this who I'm waiting for, before you get too involved. I have the Ace of Wands under the Knight of Pentacles and next to the Nine of Cups. So the Ace of Wands is about fresh starts and new beginnings. I think this Knight of Pentacles is coming in. I do. And they really might be trying to come in, and for some reason, you've been blocking them. Maybe somebody's looking for you from the past. Maybe it's somebody that you once had a relationship. I don't know. Let me keep reading. There's something here that Knight of Pentacles is coming in. On the other side of the Nine of Cups is the Wheel of Fortune. I love that. The Wheel of Fortune is the universe, and it's the wheel's turning. And it's turning, and you can't stop it. Wheel for the better. So you're moving forward. You probably feel that energy in moving forward. On one side of that Nine of Cups is the Ace of Wands, the wand for fresh starts and new beginnings. But the universe is involved in helping you move forward. You're going to use your truth and your clarity in order to do that. I have the Justice card under the Ace of Wands. This is the card for Libra. So Libra could be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But there you are with your sword up. And you're just trying to stay balanced. And you're trying to stay balanced with that Nine of Cups too. Like, you know you have all this love, but not anybody's going to get it away from you, okay? So you're staying balanced. It's like self-justice and protected as you move forward. Right next to the Justice card is the Page of Pentacles, and that is under the Nine of Cups. There you are. You're looking at the Pentacle. You know you've been waiting for that Pentacle, for that secure and stable relationship to come in, and you have not forgotten about it. It's still on your mind. It's just like you're saying, I'm hanging on to these cups until that right person comes along that has a Pentacle and can love me, okay, at the same time. So you're very much in the energy of the Justice card. Next to the Page of Pentacles is the Fool. And this is under the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. I think somebody's coming in. This is a sign, because I think the Wheel is going to want you to take a leap of faith on somebody with the Fool card. Now, a lot of times a Fool can be like being in a relationship, just living in the moment, throwing caution to the wind. It's fun, you know, it's really carefree. But in this case, since it's under the Wheel of Fortune and next to the Page of Pentacles, I think there's somebody they want you to take a leap of faith with. And I think it's somebody you've been blocking somehow. Either on your phone, you blocked maybe in the past sometime, and they're trying to come back in and they just can't reach you because it's an old block or something, or somebody that you just are like, no. But really, when the universe is trying to get you to think about accepting, at least, you know, keeping an open mind about somebody who's trying to come in here. Wow. That one, yes, that's one. I need a couple more cards for this reading. Gosh, Capricorns. Two. Wow, there's one, and there's the other one. Okay. So I have the Queen of Pentacles next to the Ace of Swords. Capricorn, Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And you are looking at that pentacle. Your mind is really on that pentacle. Now, they have already made an offer prior. They could have, that you've turned down because you're definitely blocking it. Maybe you're just waiting to get more truth and clarity, getting to know them better, deeper, before you make up your mind. The Queen of Pentacles here is, like I said, Earth. But you've got your mind on that pentacle. That's the second biggest pentacle in the whole deck. Very mature thinking going on here. I have the Three of Swords on the back side of the Queen of Pentacles. You've been hurt before. This is why you're like this right now, in self-protection mode with your sword up, because you're trying to protect your heart from more heartache. Can't blame you one little bit. As a matter of fact, everybody should go forth with their sword up. But yeah, so I feel like you're just being very, very careful not to let your heart get hurt. You have all this love. I got the King of Cups. All cards are male or female. But I have the King of Cups on the other side of the Three of Swords. This is water, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Might be strong around this reading someplace. But you have a huge cup of love. I already know that. You got a bunch of love. And you're just holding it tight. You're holding it close until you make up your mind on what exactly you want to do. And you're going to figure that out through having your sword up. I have Temperance under the Queen of Pentacles and next to the Wheel of Fortune. There's your guardian angels and your spirit guides. And they're really, mixing that potion back and forth. Their job is to help you be temperance. So they're trying to help you pull the foot out of the waters of emotion. They want it on the ground. They want you to be more logical instead of emotional, okay? And they want you to be balanced, which the Justice card, you're definitely becoming balanced, and patient. And with these swords up, your patience is really running high. You're having a lot of patience. So I feel like they're doing their job in helping the universe move you towards what is meant for you, the direction you're supposed to be going in life in order to have the things that you want from life. I have the Ten of Swords next to Temperance and under the Three of Swords. So that Three of Swords has come to an end. That's past heartache. And next to Temperance, This is the end of all pain and suffering, the end. And it all comes from truth, clarity. Look at all those swords. Can't have more. And this is what puts all this to an end. It's actually right next to the Nine of Swords, and I'll show you that. Because the Nine of Swords is when you're in it. And that's this Nine of Swords, because you've had the Three of Swords, so you were also in the Nine of Swords. This is what caused you to pull back that cup of love, and you just haven't handed it out since. So these are thoughts that go through your mind over and over, like, how could they do this to me? Why didn't I see it? How am I going to know? You know, it's just whatever thoughts they are in your quiet times, you just keep shooting through and shooting through. But that's truth and clarity, too, that helps come to you here. It helps the truth, and I should say that different. Truth and clarity come to you, which helps you put an end to all this pain. I have the Five of Cups under Temperance and next to the Fool. I think you were in the Fool's energy the other way before. The Fool's energy is throwing caution to the wind, like I said, bouncing along with your head in the clouds, living day by day, carefree, fun. It's a lot of fun. But, you know, when you pull your head out of the clouds and start to look forward towards a solid and secure relationship, like that's where your mind is, that's where your mind's been, and the other person doesn't, well, it does. It tips your cups over. And so you're disillusioned and disappointed in love, but I call this the card of hope because there's two full cups right behind that figure. So in turning around, you will be able to see the hope and love. And that's what Temperance is trying to prepare you for. Because here it is. There is, I think, you know, you're going to be able to, what this reading is saying, even though you're hanging on to your cups of love, once this universe and Temperance help you, you know, move on your way through life, you're going to be able to hand out that cup, and you will be. That huge cup, all those cups that you have, you're going to be able to hand it out. Once all this comes to an end, you know what that tells me? That tells me that Knight of Pentacles is coming in. Not until you get back to being you, though, Capricorns. This is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn right here, too. But this is also about being balanced. It's about being grounded, secure, stable, being self-assured, self-confident, and just being you and having your own pentacles. So this is where you're headed right now. And then once you are in that energy, something's going to be coming along. Someone is going to be coming along. That's what they're preparing you for, where you will be able to hand out your cup of love. So you're feeling like you're never going to be able to hand it out again, which you might be, okay, with these two cards and these. That's not true at all, because you are going to be able to hand it out. Now look, we have three aces in your reading. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and Ace of Cups. Ace of Swords is truth and clarity. Ace of Wands, fresh starts and new beginnings. Right above that, right under that Knight of Pentacles. And the Ace of Cups, right on the back side of the Five of Cups, the hope and love. And right under the Ten of Swords, putting an end to the pain, putting an end to all those thoughts that go through your mind about a previous relationship. And right next to you becoming grounded, solid, and secure in being you again. So you're going to be able to hand out that cup of love you're holding so close. That is great. For Capricorns, what else? From the Guardian Angels, what else do you need to know? What else? It may have to do with this reading or not. Might be something I haven't been able to cover. But I always want to see what they have to say for you. For Capricorns. Okay, let's take out your angel card right there. Your angel card is the Ten of Thought. So I'm going to read this card to you. A situation that's been troubling you has come to an end, and it has. And you can breathe a sigh of relief. With the challenging times behind you, you can now move on. We got the universe here, and you will be moving on. It's important to fully let go at this juncture. Someone in your life now finally be free of his or her addictions or codependency issues. Now, Remember with this Knight of Pentacles, I feel like maybe somebody you blocked earlier in your life, they might be trying to get a hold of you. Keep that in mind. So Capricorns, this is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.